Hello, students. How are you? I hope, guys, you all are well. So, today we will discuss lecture third of this chapter magnetic effect of electric current. Now, let's start without any delay. So, here we are. So, in this part, we will study about the electric motor. What will we study? We will study about electric motor. In the previous lecture, we saw the magnetic effect of electric current. We know that current has its magnetic effect. Let's suppose this is a conductor and this is a wire and current is flowing inside it. Then it will act like a magnet. And we also knew how to draw its magnetic field lines. We know according to the right hand thumb rule that if we place a thumb in the direction of current, then our fingers will be showing or will be indicating the direction of magnetic field lines. So guys, the same thing we will apply in this electric motor. Okay, we can say this is an application of magnetic effect of electric current. Okay, so we also knew that when you place a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field, then the magnetic field exerts a force on it. Okay, whenever you place a current carrying conductor, a current carrying conductor in in a magnetic field, it inserts, or we can say it exerts force on it, and you can calculate or you can find out the direction can be found out by Fleming left hand rule. So these things will be used to understand the concepts or to understand the mechanism of this electric motor. So first of all, let's try to understand what is a electric motor. So if I give you a very simple and short definition, then I will say that electric motor is a device that converts electrical energy to mechanical energy. Okay, so basically what happens, let's take an example of a fan. Okay, of a fan. So what happens, guys, in a fan, you when you switch on and your fan starts to move, it starts to rotate. So why it is rotating? Because there is a electric magnet, or you can say there is a magnet inside it. Okay, and we can also say that there is a electric motor inside it. There is a electric motor. So what are we doing? We are actually giving this motor electrical supply. Okay, and this motor rotating. So it means the electrical supply which we gave to this motor is converting into the mechanical energy. It is converted into the mechanical energy. So if you are asked what is the definition of electric motor, then you will simply say that it is a device that converts electrical energy to mechanical energy. Now how it gets converted, we will discuss it here. But you need to remember that the conversion is being done here. Now guys, there are two types of electric motors. Okay, first one is AC motor and second one is DC motor. So what is the difference between these motors? So we can understand the difference by the name, that here it is written AC motor and here it is DC motor. So simply AC motor is the motor which runs on AC current. Okay, if you supply AC current, then those motors will be known as AC motors. But if you change the supply and you start giving it DC supply, then it will be DC motor. So simply the motor which works on AC is AC motor and the motor which works on DC is DC motor. So I hope guys you get this. Now electrical energy is converted into mechanical energy by using an electric motor. An electric motor works on the basis of rule suggested by Mary Ampere and Fleming's left hand rule. So when we try to understand the mechanism of this motor, then these two rules, Fleming's left hand rule or mainly this rule, Fleming's left hand rule, will be used very frequently. So we have to have a very good idea of Fleming's left hand rule. And we know that what is Fleming's left hand rule? When we keep our index finger, our our middle finger and our thumb of the left hand perpendicular to each other, and if our index finger shows the direction of magnetic field, and if our middle finger is in the direction of electric current, then our thumb will show the direction of force. So this is very easy. Now guys, let's discuss the principle of electric motor. So what is the principle of electric motor? So whenever a rectangular coil is placed in a magnetic field and a current is passed through it, force acts on the coil which rotates it continuously with the rotation of the coil. The shaft attached to it also rotates. So basically guys, this is a diagram where this is a magnet, this is also the south pole of the magnet, and this is north pole of the magnet. Now it has some magnetic field. Okay, now if you place a coil in this magnetic field, let's suppose this is a current carrying coil, because we connect this coil with this battery. So if this is a current carrying conductor, then we saw in the previous lectures that whenever we place a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field, then this magnetic field exerts force on it. So it will exert force on this conductor. Okay, so that's why this will start to move. Okay, and the same thing happens and this coil starts to rotate. And because of the rotation of this coil, this shaft attached to this coil will also rotate, and we can, what we did here, we converted electrical energy to the mechanical energy, and we can use this as a motor. Now guys, you might be thinking that how this motor rotates. So you should not be worried. We will discuss this electrical motor very deeply. Okay, we will understand all the concepts related to it. So let's move on to the next slide. And here we are. So here we will discuss the construction. What we will discuss? We will discuss the construction. So construction is very easy. Let me tell you all the parts. These are magnets. These are magnet. Okay. And here we also took this coil. Okay. Here we also took this coil, and this is a commutator. Commutator. And these are we can also say it split rings. Split rings. Okay. And we have also armature. So what is armature? Armature is nothing but the coil which we have taken here. Okay, so this is a armature. Now we took the magnet. The other thing is the battery. So this battery is nothing but the connections of some cells. This has few cells. So if you connect these cells, then this will become a battery. Now guys, let's move on the next slide. And after understanding the construction, let's move on to the next slide. And let's talk about the other things. Okay. So here the working comes. So this working is very important. First, let's try to read this theory and then I will be telling you what happens here actually. So when an electric current is supplied to the coil of the electric motor, it gets deflected because of the magnetic field. As it reaches the halfway, the split rings, which acts as a commutator, reverses the direction of flow of electric current. Reversal of direction of the current reverses the direction of force acting on the coil. The change in direction of force pushes the coil and it moves another half turn. Thus, the coil completes one rotation around the axle. Continuation of this process keeps the motor in rotation. In okay, so basically this is a theoretical part. Okay, now we will understand what is this saying. So let's suppose this is a magnet. This is the north pole of this magnet, and this is the south pole of this magnet. Okay, and let me draw this diagram a little bit up. So let's suppose this is a magnet, north pole, and this is a south, and this is our armature, and this armature is connected to the split rings, and this is connected to the brushes here. These are the brushes, and this is further connected to the battery, and this is a switch, and this switch is open. So now guys, what happens here? The current is flowing in this direction, upside, and the direction of magnetic field are like this, north to south. The direction is always from north to south, like this. So now what will we do? We will apply the Fleming's left hand rule, because we know that whenever a current carrying conductor is placed inside a magnetic field, then the magnetic field exerts force on this current carrying conductor. So we want to find out the direction of the force. So how can we do that? We will simply apply the left hand thumb rule. So according to this rule, if we place our index finger in the direction of magnetic field, so keep your index finger in the direction of magnetic field. Let's suppose this is your index finger. This is your index finger. Okay, and it is in the direction of magnetic field. Now, we also know that the conductor is like this. So our current, the direction of current will be like this. Okay. So this is direction of current. Now, this thumb will show here. This is a thumb. Okay, so you can do it at your home also, that whenever you place your finger or you indicate, and your finger is indicating the direction of magnetic field and your middle finger is indicating the direction of current, then your thumb will indicate the direction of force. So the direction of force is downside. It means the force, this force acting on this conductor will take it to the downside. Okay, now guys, this is the direction of the current in this conductor. Let me give it a name, A, B, C, D. So we just talked about conductor AC. Now what happens with this conductor BD? So this current which is flowing in this direction, when it comes to this conductor, then its direction will be changed. So here, because the current uh, will be going here, and then it when it reach here, it will change its direction and it will be going down. Here it was going upside, here it is going downside. So basically now again we have to apply Fleming's left hand rule for this conductor. So apply the rule. So this is the direction of the current towards yourself, towards the screen, and this is the direction of magnetic field. Okay, this is the direction of current. Then you will observe, then your thumb will be upside and your thumb will be showing the direction of the force and your force will be upside. So basically guys, if you want something to be rotating, let's suppose this is a line and you want it to rotate, then you have to apply two forces. One force should be applying here, another force you will have to apply this side. It means the force should be in opposite direction. Then it will start to rotate. So this same thing is happening here. One force it is acting here downside and another force is acting here upside. So because of this, this armature will rotate. This armature will rotate and it will come here. This armature will be rotating and this will come here. Now guys, you might be thinking that if it is fixed, if these slip rings, these are slip rings, let me give it name. These are slip rings. Slip rings, sorry. Let me write it correctly. And you can also call it commutator. Okay, so what happens when this commutator comes here? So you might be thinking that how can we bring it here because it is fixed. So for your information, this is not fixed guys, this is just connect by a bush and this bush is just touching it. This bush is not holding it. This is just touching it and it is free to move. So what happens? It will come here. And when this side will come here, then the direction of the current will be reversed. Okay, because here in this conductor, the direction of current was downside. Okay, but when it comes here, so the direction of the current will be upside. Okay, so I hope guys you get this point, that how this armature rotates. So again, the force will be acting like the previous situation which we have seen, and this armature will continue to rotate. Okay, so I hope guys you might understand the working principle of an electric motor. So what do you have to remember? The things which is to be remember is very simple, that here we nothing is happening. We know that whenever a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, then the magnetic field applies force on it, and because of this force, this armature will be rotating. So thus we are giving it supply, and this is electrical energy. Electrical energy. Okay. And this electrical energy is converted into the mechanical energy. This electrical energy is converted into the what? Mechanical energy. Mechanical energy. Now, you also have to remember that there is a shaft connected to it. There is a shaft connected to it. So because this is rotating and this shaft is connected to this commutator, so this shaft will also rotate and we can use it wherever we want. We can use this rotation. It can be used in our electrical fan. Okay, it can be used in water pumps. Okay, so wherever we want we can use this. I hope guys you understand this. And now let's move ahead. In commercial motor, electromagnet instead of a permanent magnet and armature is used. So basically this is nothing, that it is saying that nowadays we use electromagnet instead of a permanent magnet. The example which I gave you here, we took permanent magnet, but nowadays what we are using electromagnet in these type of motors. So I hope guys you understand this concept fully. Now let's move ahead and let's discuss the uses of motor. So we know that a motor can be used in electric fans. It can be used in what? Electric fans. It also can be used for pumping water. Okay, it can be used for pumping water, and it also can be used in various toys as well. Okay, because we know that when I gave you a very basic example when we just started our chapter magnetic effects of electric current, then I told you that whenever we go to a fair and to a toy shop and we purchase a toy, so when you open that toy you will find a magnet inside it. Okay, so you will also find a motor inside it. So I hope guys you understand these examples and the applications of the motors. It can be asked in the examinations. I hope guys you understand this. Now let's move ahead to the next slide. Okay, so here we are. Here we will discuss some questions. Okay, whatever we have studied till now, so there are some questions related to it. It will also give us some idea how the questions come in examinations. So this is the first question, that which magnet has higher strength, natural or artificial? So basically there are two types of magnet. First one is natural and the second one is artificial. So what is the natural magnet? Natural magnet are the magnets which are found in nature. Very simple. By the name also we can understand that it can be found in nature freely. But artificial magnets are made up by the humans. Okay, so this is man-made magnet. Okay, so this is not a question. A question is which has higher strength. It means which exerts high magnetic field. So basically our answer here is artificial magnets. So artificial magnets has always have higher strength than natural magnets. So we can write answer of this question is artificial. Okay, so now guys let's talk about the second question. Let's try to understand what this question is saying. So if we bring north of magnet closer to the south of another magnet, when which type of force will it experience? So then which type of force will it experience? So we know that same type of poles repel each other, repel each other. And we also know that opposite type of poles attract each other. Okay, so guys, in this question you can see that there are two opposite poles, because it is written that if we bring north of the magnet closer to the south of the magnet, let me highlight it for you. It is saying that north of the magnet closer to the south of the magnet, south of the magnet. So the poles are opposite, that's why they will attract each other. Okay, what will they be doing? They will be attracting each other. So you can say that attraction is our answer in this case. Attraction force will be experienced. Now guys, let's talk about this question number 3rd. And in this question, what this question is saying, find out the direction of force in following image. Okay, so basically this image is given and we have been asked the force, which type of force. Okay, sorry, we have to find out the direction of force. So basically guys, we know that in this case, whenever magnetic field is applied and current carrying conductor is inside the magnetic field, so whenever this situation comes, so to find out the force, we have to apply Fleming left hand rule. Okay, Fleming left hand rule. So apply Fleming left hand rule in this condition. We know that our index finger, our thumb and our middle finger should be perpendicular to each other, mutually perpendicular. So let's keep your fingers perpendicular to each other, and your index finger should be indicating the direction of magnetic field. So what is the magnetic field direction? From north to south, like this, from north to south. Okay, and what is the direction of the current here in this case? The direction of current is this. This is the direction. So now what will be the direction of force? So if you keep your left hand like this, then your thumb will be upright. Your thumb will be upright. Okay, and your thumb also shows the direction of force. So in this case, what is the direction of force? Direction of force is upright. It is what? It is upright. So I hope guys, here you understand. Okay, here you understand the direction of the force in this case. So this is very important question, and these type of questions where we have to find out the direction is very frequently asked in the examination. So I think you might have clear your point. Now let's move ahead and let's talk about the question number 4. Okay, so first of all, let's read out this question. If current is flowing anti-clockwise, then which type of pole is it? So basically, this question is talking about a circular loop. So first of all, we have to make a circular loop. So it is saying that the current is flowing anti-clockwise. So what is the anti-clockwise direction? This is an anti-clockwise direction. Okay, this is an anti-clockwise direction. And what is a clockwise direction? This is the, let me draw it with other pen. Okay, so this is the clockwise direction, how our clock rotates. So this is clockwise, and this is what? Anti-clockwise. So guys, the question is saying that the current is flowing anti-clockwise. Okay, let me again draw this diagram. The current is flowing anti-clockwise like this. So basically, which type of pole is it? So we know that if current is flowing anti-clockwise, then north pole, that type of, you can say, that side of circular loop makes north pole. So whenever current is anti-clockwise, then north pole is formed. So guys, you can also, I had also told you the trick that you can simply write N, and you have to curve this N from the corners like this. So it will be anti-clockwise direction, and whenever anti-clockwise direction, you can say current is in anti-clockwise direction, then the pole is north pole. And you have to remember that behind this north pole there is a south pole, because here current is anti-clockwise. If you see it from the opposite side, then the current will be appearing to be flowing in clockwise direction. Okay, so I hope guys you understand this, that what is what type of pole is formed when current is anti-clockwise. I hope you understand this. So guys, this was the last concept. I hope you understand this lecture completely, and I will see you later classes. Bye bye.